Hello, class. Welcome to lesson 5 of our important book project. So, today I just want to go over with you a few things that you need to know in terms of publishing your important book. Okay? Now, I have provided for you a video by WikiHow on how to fold a piece of paper and cut it a little bit to turn it into a small book. Please follow those directions to be able to make your small book. I thought about trying to do it myself, but I have issues making a paper airplane. So make sure you check out the video by WikiHow on how to create a small book out of one piece of paper and use that. Also, I just want to let everyone know that I have emailed out specific dates that you can come to the school to pick up watercolor paints and water that you can use for this important book project. Okay, so make sure you check out your email, and if you need watercolor paints and watercolor paper, then come and get it at the school at the times that you have designated for you to do so. All right, so what I'm going to show you is I have printed out my important book that I wrote for Mrs. V last year. Okay, and I kept it the same in terms of I kept the font the same and I kept the size of the rectangles the same. It's very important that you do that as well. Okay, so when you type up your important book into these rectangles, keep the font the same, keep the rectangles the same size. Why? Because when you fold up a piece of paper and create an 8-page booklet, you'll be able to cut these out and they will fit well. Okay, now some people have asked me, do you need to cut out directly on the rectangle and have the entire rectangle on each page? No, you don't. You can just cut out part of the text and then you need to make sure the entire text is on each page, but cut out the text that you need and then make sure that that goes onto each page of your important book. Now for the important book, what I did is I actually got on WikiHow because I have issues folding a paper airplane, and I discovered a good way to be able to create a small booklet out of one piece of paper. So I have done that. All right. It has you create these 8 folds, okay, and then it has you cut on either side of here. All right. Now, what you want to do after that is you want to create a backdrop or a nice background for your words for your book. What do I mean by that? Well, in one instance, I talked about Mrs. Van Hooydonk caring about the environment. So I drew a tree. Okay. Now, again, if you do not have watercolors or water color paints, you can come to the school to get them. Or if you prefer, you could just use marker at home. Okay. But definitely you need at least a blank piece of paper. And if you use marker, make sure it doesn't bleed through the paper. Okay. But you can also see that I just used designs, right? I just made designs as well for some of my pages. Here are some other designs that I made. Okay, caring about people, right? Working at Bubba's because she told me they have great pizza there, as well as helping out students. Division signs, their math symbols. Um, so yeah, that's essentially what I want you to do. So to publish, you'll print out your final copy that's been revised and edited, making sure not to have changed the font size at all. Then you will paint 8 squares, and the reason why I painted them this way is when you fold the book up, that's how um, all your pages will come out. My suggestion is have the folded book and maybe put a little tiny X with a pencil on each page that you'll need to paint or color. Okay, then you paint or color 8 pages for your 8 rectangles of important things, and then you are going to cut out each fact or important thing and put them on uh, your backgrounds that you created. Okay. Um, I'll show you a finished copy later, probably next week. So you'll get maybe even a better idea of what it'll look like. But hopefully, I have not confused you too much and have explained this well. Okay. Let me explain it one more time, very briefly and slowly, and then I'll let you go. So what you will do again is after you have revised and edited your paper and had a teacher help you out as well, you're going to print out your important book, having not changed the font, okay? And then you are going to check out the WikiHow video and learn how to create a small booklet out of one piece of paper. Then you're going to create the booklet, okay? And then you're of course going to create eight backgrounds because you have 8 important things that you've typed up. So create those backgrounds. A big hint here, if you use watercolor, you might want to paint 4 of them and let them dry before you turn it over and do the other ones. But decorate 4 pages, and then when you're done with that, you are going to label, or you're going to cut these out and put one of these on each of your colored backgrounds of each of your pages, okay? I hope that makes sense. All right. I will try to have for you by next week, or maybe even over the weekend. We'll see. An example for you. I'll have this all nice and folded up, and I'll have all of these cut out and glued onto each background page, and then it'll be a nice little important book. My hope is I'll be able to collect all of your important books, and we'll be able to distribute them to the people that you've written your important books for. Okay? All right, everyone. Make a great important book. Have fun with it. Again, sometimes I know some of you, you say, oh, I'm not good at art. I'm not a good artist. Look, I just made little red lines for smiley faces that Mrs. Van Hooydonk likes humor. Okay? So that's simple. Making little triangles with little pepperonis on them, right? That she works at Bubba's. Okay? Very simple. Look at these colorful dots. All right? I know all of you can do things like that. All right? So please do your best because this is a very meaningful book that I want you to create for someone else. All right? Make a great, important book, everyone.